Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with Chapter 4 Quadratic Equation from 10th Standard CBSE Math. So we will continue with example 3 in page number 74. So page number 74, example 3. Now in this, what we need to do is, the question is find the roots of the equation. Find the roots of the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0 by factorization. Factorization method. So we need to find the roots. Find the roots. We will find the roots of this quadratic equation by factorization method, right? So which means we need to factorize this by splitting the middle term, and then we need to find the roots of the quadratic polynomial. So see the roots are also called as zeros of the polynomial, or it is also called as solutions. So all the three have the same meaning. Sometimes they will say find the roots of the quadratic equation, or sometimes they will say find the zeros of the quadratic equation, or find the solution of the quadratic equation. All mean the same. So which means we need to find the roots of this quadratic equation by the method of factorization. So we can find the roots or the solution or the zeros of this quadratic equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. Now we need to solve this by the method of factorization, which you would have done it in the earlier classes. How to factorize this? By splitting the middle terms. In case if you are not very comfortable, you can watch my video on factorization of quadratic equation. There I have explained in detail how to factorize a quadratic polynomial. So now we will factorize here. So now how do we find? We have to split the middle terms. So such that I need to find two numbers, such that if I multiply the two numbers, I should get 6, which is 2 into 3. I should get 6. And if this is plus means addition case. If I add the same two numbers, I should get this 5. So I need to find two numbers, such that when I multiply the two numbers, I should get 6. Same two numbers, if I add, I should get 5. So I'll call those numbers as small a and small b. So the numbers are 2 and 3. Because 2 into 3 is 6, 2 plus 3 is 5. Right? Now, in addition case, both these will have either plus sign or minus sign. To check that, we have to check this sign. This sign is minus, so both will have minus. Right? It's an addition case. Why? Because this sign is plus. This sign is plus, then it's an addition case. So so we have found the two numbers. Now we can split this minus 5x as minus 2x and minus 3x. So I'll write here so that it becomes 2x square minus the 5x will become minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 equal to 0. So this first term we are writing as it is 2x square. This minus 5x we are splitting it as minus 2x into minus 2x minus 3x. Then this 3 we are writing as it is. The minus 5 alone is getting split into minus 2x and minus 3x. Now in these two, what is common? 2x is common. In these two, 2x is common. If I take 2x common, I'll get x minus 1. Then in these two, minus 3 is common. Then I'll get x minus 1 equal to 0. Right? So again in this, x minus 1 is common. So we get 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Right? So how to do all these factorization, you can watch my video on how to factorize a quadratic polynomial. You can see the video factorization of quadratic polynomial. You will be able to understand in detail how to get these numbers and how to do this. Now we have got this, we have factorized and we have got equal to 0. So which means either x minus 1 equal to 0, this equal to 0, or 2x minus 3 equal to 0. So once you factorize, then you got two terms or numbers, right? X minus 1 is one number, 2x minus 3 is another number. Right? Now which means the product of the two is equal to 0 means one of them should be 0. Either this is 0 or this is 0. Then only the product will be 0. So now this gives you x is equal to this minus 1 goes here, it will become plus 1, 0 plus 1, which means x is 1. or you get 2x equal to, this 3 goes this side, it will become plus 3. You will get 2x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3 by 2. So we have found the solution or the roots. So the roots are, roots are 1 and 3 by 2. We can also call this as zeros. We can say zeros are 1 and 3 by 2. Clear? So sometimes they'll say find the solution of this quadratic equation by factorization. Then you call that a solution. So the roots are 1 and 3 by 2, or we can call them these two as zeros of the polynomial, or we can also call these two as the solution of the quadratic equation. Fine. Now we will do the one more problem. Example 4. Fine. This is example 3. So I'll do example 4 here. So example 4. Again we have to solve. Find the roots of the quadratic equation. 6x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. We need to solve and find the roots of this quadratic equation. Roots means solution or zeros. We have to do the same way. Now we'll have to take, now when I multiply the two numbers, I should get, what is 6 into 2? 12. And the same two number, if I subtract, because this sign is minus, the sign is minus, it's a subtraction. When I subtract the two numbers, I should get this one. So what is there before x? 1. So I should get 1. Right? So if I multiply two numbers, I should get 12. The same two numbers, if I subtract, I should get 1. So what are the two numbers? I will call them as small a and small b. So a will be, we can say 3 and 4. Because 3 4s are 12. 3 4s are 12 and 4 minus 3 is 1. So the numbers are this. Right? So now we need to decide the sign. Now if it is a subtraction case, one will be positive, one will be negative. To decide one will be, which will be positive, which will be negative, whether 3 is positive, 4 is negative, or 3 is negative, 4 is positive, we need to see this sign. This sign is minus, the greater number will take this minus. So 4 will become minus, so it will become plus. So this is how we try find the two numbers. You can watch my video, you will understand where I have explained about only the factorization of quadratic polynomial, where in detail I have explained. You can see that. So now, which I have given it in the link of this video also, should have that. So now so this will become 6x square is 6x square minus 1x can be written as plus 3x minus 4x. So this will become plus 3x minus 4x. You have to put xx. So because this minus 1x is written as 3x minus 4x equal minus 2 equal to 0. Now if you do this, what is 3x minus 4x? You will get back minus x. So here also same way. Minus 2x minus 3x will give you minus 5x. So now from these two we can take 3x common. We will get 2x plus 1. Now in these two again minus 2 is common. You get 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So which means in these two we have got 2x plus 1 as common. So we get 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Right? Here in these two we have to take 2x plus 1 common. If I take 2x plus 1 common, then I will have 3x. Then here 2x plus 1 common, so minus 2. So which means then we have to put 2x plus 1 equal to 0 or 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So this gives you my 2x is equal to 0 minus 1, which means my 2x is equal to minus 1, my x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So here my 3x equal to 0 plus 2, because this minus 2 goes here, it will become plus 2. 3x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2 by 3. So the solutions are, or the roots are, whatever, solutions or roots. Solutions are minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. Minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. So these are the two solutions for this given quadratic equation. So this is how we solve by the method of factorization. This method, like splitting the build up, is called as factorization method. We have other method also which we will study when we go to the next exercise in this chapter. Now we will do example 5. So let me erase this. Now we'll go to example 5 in your textbook. So which is example 5. So what is example 5? Now what we have is, in example 5, find the roots of the quadratic equation. We have to find the roots of the quadratic equation 3x square minus 2 into root 6x 2 into root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. Now we need to solve and find the roots of this quadratic equation or zeros of this quadratic equation or solution of this using factorization method. Now here we have to be careful because we are having a square root here. So we have to do it in almost the same way, but a little bit difference is there, which I will explain, which you can also see my video where I have talked about this type of the polynomial, which means without the zero, this is called a polynomial. How to factorize a polynomial which has square roots, right, which are surds or square roots. So now we'll do the same thing. Now again we need to write this, right? So now when I multiply two numbers, I should get, what is 3 into 2? 3 into 2 is 6. So two numbers, if I multiply, I should get 6. And the same two numbers, what is the sign here? Plus means addition. If I add the same two numbers, I should get 2 root 6. So don't worry about the sign now. Just write 2 root 6. Don't put minus. So which means I need to find two numbers, small a and small b, such that when I add the two numbers, I should get 2 root 6. The same two numbers, if I multiply, I should get 6. Now what are the numbers? Now when we add these two numbers, we get 2 root 6, which means this should be something of root 6, this also should be something of root 6. Some root 6 plus some root 6 only will give you 2 root 6. Fine. So now again, if you see this, so some number should come here. I'm just putting a box. So this box we have to find. Now we don't know these two box. But we know that it will be something of root 6, something like, it will be like 1 root 6 and 3 root 6 or something of root 6. That we know, because only then when you add both you will get 2 root 6. So when you see a root 6 here, which means, and when you add, then both should have root 6. And before that, there should be some numbers. Now to find those numbers, let's try to multiply a into b at this point in time. What is a into b? We don't know these two, right? So this is root 6 into root 6 is 6. Maybe I can put this as x and y. X root 6 and y root 6. We should find x and y. Now when I multiply this, x root 6 into y root 6. X root 6 into y root 6 will give you xy 6xy. See, root 6 into root 6 is 6. X into y is xy. So when you multiply x root 6 into y root 6, we'll get 6xy. But when we multiply, what we should get? We should get 6. But what we are getting? 6xy. Right? So this should be equal to this 6, which means my x into y should be equal to 1. My x into y should be equal to 1. Only then 6 into 1 will give me 6. Now I need to find two numbers, the new set of two numbers, x and y, such that when I multiply the two numbers x and y, I should get 1. And the same x and y, if I add x plus y, if I add them, I should get this 2, which is before the root 6, before the root 6. So this problem has become like this. Now we should find two numbers x and y, such that when you multiply the two numbers, you should get 1. Same two numbers, if you add, you should get 2, this 2. Now what are the two numbers? The two numbers are x is equal to 1, y equal to 1. Because 1 into 1 gives you 1. When you multiply, then 1 plus 1 gives you 2. Right? So when you multiply, you get 1. When you add, you get 2. Now substitute this 1 and 1 here. So my a will become, small a will become, substitute here. It will become 1 root 6. B will become 1 root 6. Now we have got the two numbers. Now when you multiply these two numbers, 1 root 6 means it is root 6. Here also 1 root 6 means root 6. Now multiply a into b. What is the multiplication of this number? Root 6 into root 6. I get 6. So this is, now again add those. 1 root 6 plus 1 root 6 will give you 2 root 6. We have got this. So these are the two numbers that we need to find. Now again the sign. The sign, both the numbers will have either positive or negative because it is an addition case. Now to know whether both are positive or both are negative, we have to see this sign. This sign is what? Negative. So both will become negative. You have to see this sign. So it will be minus 1 root 6 minus 1 root 6. So these are the two numbers. Now we'll substitute here. So this becomes 3x square. Your minus 2 root 6 minus 2 root 6 can be written as minus root 6x. You have to always put the x here. Then again this is minus root 6. So we are writing this minus 2 root 6 as minus root 6 minus root 6 minus root 6 minus root 6 is minus 2 root 6. Then this x will come. Then this plus 2 will come as it is, plus 2 equal to 0. Fine. Now in this we should see what is common here. Now if you observe these two, x is common. Right. Also this root 6 has a 3, root 3 common. Here also we have root 3. So we have to take the maximum common out. Right. So here if you observe, the 6 has root 2 into root 3. The 6 has root 2 into root 3. And this 3 has root 3 into root 3. 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. 6 can be written as, see, this 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. And this root 6 can be written as root 2 into root 3. So which means both of them have root 3. So we should take root 3 common. So I will take root 3 x common. So in 3, if I take root 3, with 3 means it has root 3 into root 3 is 3. Which means 3 means it has 2 root 3. So 1 I have taken out. So it will be remaining 1 will be there, root 3. And this in this x square I have taken x. So you will have remaining x. Now if you multiply root 3 into root 3, 3 x into x, x square, we will get this. Now again come here. Here we have taken x common. Root 3 is also taken out. So root 3x is taken out. Remaining we will have is root 2. So minus root 2. Close. Clear? Now again in these two what is common? This is minus root 6x. This is plus 2. Which means again this root 6 can be written as root 2 into root 3. That is root 6. Now 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. Now again if you see in these two, root 2 is common. This also has root 2, this also has root 2. But there is no x common. X is only here, x is not here. So we can't take x, but we can take only root 2. So minus root 2 I will take. So minus root 2 if I take common. Now this root 6x is root 2 into root 3 into x. So root 6 can be written as root 2 into root 3. In that I have taken out root 2. Then I will have root 3 and then this x. So I will get root 3x. Then minus I have taken out. So this plus will become minus. Because I have taken minus root 2 common. So this will become minus. You have to be careful. Here we will put, by mistake we will put plus. So if you multiply minus into minus, plus you should get this plus. So this is plus, and if you are taking minus common, this plus will become minus here. Now again in these two, root 2 we have taken out. So in two root 2's, we have taken one root 2 out. We will have only remaining one root equal to 0. This is 0. Right? I am just showing how 3 looks like this, how root 6 looks like this, how root 6 can be written like this, how 2 can be written like this. Now in these two again what is common? Root 3 minus root 3x minus 2 is common. So if you take root 3x minus root 2 common, in this root 3x minus root 2 is common. If I take this common, then in this root 3x minus root 2 is gone. We will have remaining root 3x minus here you will have root equal to 0. Fine. So here we have got root 3x minus root 2. Here also root 3x minus root 2. So if you take root 3x minus root 2 common, then remaining in this, if this goes off, I will have root 3x. And again here root 3 minus 2 is gone. Then I will have minus root 2 as common. Fine. Now, so this means now we have factorized. At this we have to be little careful when you are factorizing. Right. So we have factorized. So now we can put, which means minus root 3x minus root 2 is 0 or root 3x minus root 2 is 0. Either this is 0 or this is 0. So if I put this is equal to 0, then I will get root 3x is equal to this minus root 2, it will go here, it will become plus root 2. So which means x will become root 2 by root 3. So which means x is root of 2 by 3. So here also if I do the same thing, it will get root 3x is equal to root 2. X is equal to root 2 by root 3. Then x will become root of 2 by 3. Whole root. Root 2, root 3 means I can put a whole root. So the solution is x is equal to, so the roots are root 3, 2 by 3 and root 3. Root of 2 by 3 and root of 2 by 3. So these two are the roots. So one and the same. The roots are equal here. Right? So we can get the same value for both. Both can give you same value. Here it is different, but you can also get same values. So the roots are root 2 by 3 and root 2 by 3. Fine. Now we'll go to example 6. Example 6 in page number 76, the continuation of this. So now example 6. Example 6 is so in the textbook, page number 76. Page number 76, example 6. So what it says is, find the dimensions of the prayer hall discussed in section 4.1. So we have to go to your book, section 4.1 in your textbook, which is in page number 70. So there, if you see that in that 4.1 section, which is introduction section, if you read the fourth line, it says, for instance, suppose a charity trust decides to build a prayer hall having a carpet area of 3000 square meter with its length 1 meter more than twice its breadth. What should be the length and breadth of the hall? So there is a prayer hall of area 300 square meter. So area of the hall is 300 square meter square. Area of the prayer hall is 300 meter square. And what is given? They said the length of the hall, length is equal to, what is given? Length, it's with its length 1 meter more than twice its breadth. Length is 1 more than twice its breadth. 1 more than twice its breadth means we should write 2 times breadth first, then we should put plus 1. So the length is 1 more than 2 times breadth, twice the breadth, which means first we should do 2 times breadth, then plus 1. Why we put plus 1? Because it says 1 more than. 1 more means plus 1. So 1 more than 2 times breadth means we will first write 2 times breadth, then we will put plus 1. Right? Now this is the length. Now we should find the dimensions of this hall, which means we should find what is the length of the hall and breadth of the hall. Now we will assume, so let's assume, we'll always take, when length is written in the form of breadth, when length equal to something of breadth, then we'll take that breadth as x. And always the one which is on the right side, we take that as x. So let the breadth equal to, let the breadth of the hall equal to x meters. So the length becomes what? Length of the hall. Length of the hall equal to, but length is equal to what? 2 times breadth plus 1, which means 2 into breadth is x. So 2x plus 1. So the length of the prayer hall is 2x plus 1. 2 times the breadth, 1 more than 2 times the breadth means 2 times breadth plus 1. So breadth is x, so I am putting in the place of breadth, I am putting x. Now this is the breadth, this is the length. But the area is how much? 300. Area of the hall is 300. So what is the area of the hall formula? Area is given as 300. Area is length into breadth. Length into multiplied by breadth equal to 300. Now what is the length of the rectangular, the prayer hall? It is 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1 into breadth is x equal to 300. Now this can be written as, if you multiply 2x square, 1 into x is x equal to 300. Now this 300 comes this side, you will get 2x square plus x minus 300 equal to 0. So the problem doesn't end here, because we need to find the dimensions of the prayer hall. Apply the factorization method. Okay, we have to find the dimensions of the prayer hall, which means we need to find the length and breadth of the prayer hall. We need to find the length and breadth of the prayer hall, which means we should solve and find the value of x. Once you find the value of x, then you can find the breadth, and then if you substitute the x here, you will get the length. And so we will solve this. again by the method of factorization. Now factorization, what is the rule? So when I multiply two numbers, I should get what is 2 into 300, 600. The same two numbers, what is the sign here? Minus. Minus means subtract. If I subtract the same two numbers, I should get this. What is the coefficient of x? What is there before x? 1. If nothing is there, means 1 is there. So I have to find two numbers such that when I multiply the two numbers, I should get 600. The same two numbers, if I subtract, I should get 1. Now what are the two numbers? A equal to B equal to. Right? So you'll have to try and find that out. I have explained how to find the two numbers also in the video of factorization of quadratic polynomial video. Please watch that. You will know how to find the two numbers. I have explained all the steps there. So now here if you see, you will get A as 24, B as 25. Because 24 into 25 will give you 600 and 24 minus 25 will give you 1. So when you multiply 24 and 25, we get 600. When we subtract one from other, you can take the bigger number, 25 minus 24, which is 1. You get this one. So which means this will become 2x square plus this 1x. 1x can be written as 24x plus 24x, and okay. Now it's a subtraction case. In subtraction case, one will be positive, one will be negative. To know which is positive, which is negative, we should see this sign. If this is positive, the greater number will take this sign. So it will be plus 25 minus 24. So it will become minus 24x plus 25x minus 300 equal to 0. Now if you solve this, you will get 2x is common, we will get x minus 12, plus here if you take 25 common, I will get x minus 12 equal to 0. So now we get x minus 12 is common, we will get 2x plus 25 equal to 0, which means x minus 12 equal to 0 or 2x plus 25 equal to 0. Now this will give you, if you solve, you will get x is equal to 12. If you solve this, you will get x is equal to minus 25 by 2. But x is the breadth of the hole. The breadth cannot be negative. So we cannot take negative because breadth cannot be negative. So we will ignore this value. So we will say x cannot be negative. X can't be negative. Therefore x should be what? X should be 12. So we have found the breadth now. Now length also we can find. So we will say breadth is equal to x, which is equal to 12 meters. And what is our length? Length is equal to 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. So that is equal to 2 into x. X is 12. Substitute x is equal to 12 here. 2 into 12 plus 1, which means it is 24 plus 1, which is 25 meters. So we have found the dimensions of the hall. The dimensions are length is equal to 25 meters, breadth is equal to 12 meters. This is how we will solve that problem. Fine. So we will stop here. I will stop the session here, and the rest you please watch my next video for the continuation of the exercise 4.2 we'll do in the next video. Thanks for watching.